Hey guys, wanted to bring you another YouTube video of what's been going on lately from the Democrats with this presidential election. And just really surprised. This reminds me a little bit of 2016 of what Biden recently said about Trump supporters. So let's hear from the horse's mouth.
They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of seen as unconscionable.
So you could hear again that he's calling Trump supporters pretty much garbage. Um, and then this reminds me of the year Hillary Clinton said, again, Trump supporters are a basket of deplorables. Let's hear from her mouth.
You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
All right, so that's what you're saying. Almost half America or anyone that's supporting Trump are either a basket of deplorables and um, also garbage. So again, I don't know why you have to keep going with Hitler or s- insulting half America. Um, you you haven't heard Trump. I would say I don't recall him insulting Americans in that way, calling Biden supporters or Kamala Harris supporters or Hillary Clinton supporters of any of those type of things because he's trying to be president for everyone. If you're going to try to be uniting everybody, you gotta stop this type of rhetoric, um, and kind of hear more of why things are kind of like why half of America is supporting Trump. The same thing I like to hear always from both sides, usually why the other person is supporting a certain candidate or why they strongly feel strong about a certain candidate. So that's very disappointing. Again, I don't know if because you're desperate at this time because of internal polls that you might have. Because if this is what Hillary Clinton did in 2016, and we know what happened, she lost. And if you have your vice president or your president, your boss, doing this, I don't know if he's trying to sabotage her. I mean, he wore that MAGA hat, which he said he was just trying to please the people. Fine, I could give that. How do you defend this at this point? I haven't heard any apologies really. Um, don't know what type of damage control they're probably doing. I would imagine Kamala Harris is maybe disappointed with this. I would imagine or hope, especially if you're trying to be president for everybody, whether you have support from people that aren't voting for her. So again, I don't know why you would say that because now you're like shunning and pushing people away if you do that and kind of saying that, well, if you do vote for him, then you're garbage to me at this point. And another angle that I recently saw and heard from Megan Kelly, I was trying to find this ad somewhere else, but it sounds like this is dropping soon or it has dropped. Again, it seems like Democrats are trying to pit wives and husbands against each other. Check this out.
Your turn, honey.
In the one place in America where women still have a right to choose.
And that guy, um, I feel like they're trying to stereotype like men that are supporting Trump are idiots. That's what it feels like. I don't know. It just had that weird vibe about it.
They're at a polling station.
And the other thing, all these polling places I've ever voted at does not look like this. unless I'm crazy or something, or different places in different parts of the country looks different. I don't know.
You can vote any way you want,
She's looking at Trump
and no
versus
one will
Harris.
ever know.
So again, I don't usually make eye contact with someone. I mean, I usually have someone next to me, left or right, but I don't have anyone making eye contact. Like, hey, I know what you're about to vote for or who you're going to vote for.
Two women are looking at each other.
Did
They
you make
filling
the
it in
right
for
choice?
Harris.
Sure did, honey.
Remember, what happens in the booth stays in the booth.
All right. So again, my wife and I talk about politics. We talk about everything in life. Now, if I think there's only been one time we were kind of undecided or not sure if we were going to vote differently. Most of the time, we've always voted the same because of our values of the world and our religion. So we usually try to align with the candidate that's going to help our family and our values. And so, again, I don't think this is very wise because if you're a conservative family or family values, you're probably not going to have that unless your marriage is totally different where you guys don't communicate civilly or anything like that. It just seems like again, some of you guys might know I'm Christian, and our family and household is Christian. So again, I'm seen as head of the household, but I don't tell my wife how to vote. Also, I don't. So we have that relationship where we're able to do that, and I feel like in that sense, you're kind of telling the wife to kind of lie to the husband or have no type of relationship in that sense. So I think most Christian household would at least be able to talk about stuff like this, um, and don't have to hide how you're voting behind the other person. So it's like also I heard Michelle Obama recently told their the wife to lie or shame the husband to vote for Kamala Harris. If not, then there's going to be consequences like I don't know, like sleeping on the couch or something. But either way, the husbands should value the wife in that sense that you're giving your vote. Again, the vote is up to each and every one, I believe. Um, but you should be able to still talk in your household civil about stuff like this. I don't know. I just feel like the Democrats try to push and divide people in that sense, and that's another example. And I don't know, as a man, and if you're trying to convince men to vote for Kamala Harris, that does not help in that sense. You're trying to make the man kind of like not trust the woman in that sense because like you guys can't talk about things. Um, and communication and marriage is very important, I believe. So let me know whether you're left, right. Do you, how do you feel about that ad? Um, are you able to talk and communicate with your wife or husband about politics? And do you guys usually vote the same way or see the same way? So again, I just find it interesting the way the last week of um, the elections coming down to the wire and how things are trending certain ways. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. And together we can build a better tomorrow. Thanks.